This week's project is a pine pocket hole sofa table. We've got tapered legs, tapered on both inside faces of these legs, a mortised shelf below, and two spacious drawers. I want to start this project with the legs, and I want to draw them on the green-red plane. So R for rectangle, and I need to make a 2 by 2 inch square. P for push-pull, I need to go with a height of 31.25 inches. T for tape measure. Off the bottom, I need to make a mortise, so the bottom shelf is 6 inches off the bottom. Now I'm going to taper these legs, but I want to make the mortise first because this back face, or this inside face and this inside face, are going to be angled here in a minute, and anytime you're trying to cut into something that's already angled, it creates all kinds of problems. So this is the fastest way. So from this point I need to make a R for rectangle with a, let's see, my height is the first dimension, 0.75 inches height, comma 1 inches left to right, and I need to P for push pull in 1 inches, enter. Space bar, and I can delete my little guide. Now this is about to look really funny when I cut this, but hopefully it makes sense. T for tape measure, I want to make a couple guides here. 0.5 inches is the inside dimension of the cut for the taper, and I need to start at 10 inches from the top. So alpha line, I can just connect these two dots real quick, delete that guide, and we can use our follow me command to say that I want this taper to go along this edge and this edge. Follow me. That's my taper. There we go. I've got a nice taper, but as you can see, this geometry looks kind of weird. But really what we needed to do was make this cut out first so that I can have reference faces to intersect with. So triple click your part here, right click, intersecting faces with the model. So now I got a bunch of lines on the inside of my model. I can delete all this crap on the outside, delete, and also this, control this, delete that, and that little line there, delete that. Now I've got a perfect cut that is coming in on these intersecting, on these angled faces, and it is nice and level top and bottom. So that's what I needed. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Let's copy another leg, M for move, control brings up copy, side by side, right click and say flip along the green because that's the direction I drug it, and you can see that these mortises face each other, which is what we want. T for tape measure, and I want my total front to back width of this, front to back depth of the table to be 14 inches, and I want a ½ inch overhang over here. So in this direction I need to go 13.5 inches, space bar, M for move, and I can bring this one all the way back to this line. Delete this. Same thing left and right. I want to add another guideline, but I want ½ inch overhang over here, ½ inch over there, 36 inches total, so I need to make this one 35 inches apart. Space bar, select both of my pieces, M for move, control brings up plus sign, and I can hold down shift to constrain along the red axis and stop it along this line. Right click, flip along the red direction. Now all my mortises are in the appropriate orientation to one another. Delete this, and let's just go ahead and R for rectangle to draw the back. It's just going to be a piece of P for push pull this direction, 0.75 inches, 3/4 inch plywood. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now let's just go ahead and move this all the way to the back and then move it once again to me 0.25 inches because I want a 1/4 inch reveal all the way around this thing. Rotate over here, R for rectangle, and I can go to the side and do the same thing. P for push pull, back up, P for push pull, there we go, 0.75 inches, spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now I want a 1/4 inch reveal plus 3/4 of an inch for my molding, so I really need to move this back 1 inch, which happens to be the midpoint of a 2-inch leg. So no measuring there. Let's go ahead and make a rectangle on this particular face. Use the offset command to go in 1 inch. Spacebar, let's delete this center section. P for push pull, outside 0.75 inches. There we go. Excuse me. Now this is going to be 4 pieces of molding, but I'm going to draw it as one. It's a lot easier to do so. Now you don't necessarily have to draw where you want your cuts to be. Like, I want to make a nice chamfer on this inside area right here, but the easiest way to do that is to draw it on this outside face. So what I'm going to do is T for tape measure, holding shift to constrain to the green axis. I can say stop right there. I want to add another one that is 0.5 inches this way, and another one that is 0.5 inches that way. So alpha line, and I can draw my little profile here. Delete my guides, and basically I want to take this cutout around this inside perimeter. So let's go ahead and select that as my path, and you don't necessarily have to be on there, you'll see in just a second. Follow me right there. So it made my cut, just as I had planned, except it also cut from this outside where I drew it. That's no problem. We can just connect the dots here and delete our lines, and nobody would be the wiser. So alpha line, and let's just add some lines here to visually say that this is 4 pieces, even though I drew it as 1 in SketchUp. That is 4 pieces molding. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now that I have both pieces on my side done, I can select both of them. M for move, control brings up plus sign, and let's just flip it over here, or move it over here, right click, flip along the red direction. Got my 1/4 inch reveal on front and back. Now I can start, or on the sides and the back, now I can start on the front. So R for rectangle, and I'm going to go with a 1.5 comma 0.75 inches for the face frame. Go all the way over here, spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Before I get too far, I need to add my 1/4 inch offset. M for move, let's control brings up copy, and copy another one down here to this line. R for rectangle, and I can make my vertical pieces, so 1.5 comma 0.75 enter. P for push pull, from right here up to here, spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. M for move, control brings up copy. Let's copy another one right there. Now this center one, it's actually going to be 2 inches wide instead of 1.5 inches wide. This is so that I have a equal overhang all the way around once I'm done with my drawers. I already did the math, and that's what works out. So R for rectangle, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw it anywhere. I can always move it 2 comma 0.75 inches. P for push pull this direction up to here, spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now I want this centered, so I can M for move and grab it at its midpoint and move it to the midpoint on my horizontal piece, and now that is right where I need it to be. Let's go ahead and add this shelf down here. R for rectangle, from this back corner to this top corner. P for push pull, and I'm going to swing around to go to that corner. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now I need some drawer runners, and I'm just going to use a 2x4 here. So R for rectangle, and let's go 3.5 comma 1.5 enter. Spacebar, let's do a window to M for move, from this midpoint to the midpoint in the horizontal piece. So now it is centered left and right. Grab this midpoint and let's move it up to here. So now that the this horizontal plane intersects the midpoint of my height for this piece. R for rectangle, and let's just make these little cutouts here so I can spacebar, crossing delete, crossing delete. P for push pull, let's push it all the way to the back, and let's push this front face to where it needs to be. So now I just put that in place basically. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now let's put these side pieces in place, and it's just going to be a 2x2 instead of a 2x4. So it needs to be 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. I already have my 2 1.5 inch references here, so I can just R for rectangle right there, spacebar, window, M for move, from this midpoint over to here, from this midpoint up to here, R for rectangle, draw my little cutout, spacebar, delete this, P for push pull, and I'm just going to push it back here, push this face where it needs to start, spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter, M for move, control brings up copy, from this center piece right here, over to there, right click, flip along the red axis. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the actual sofa table. Now let's add some drawers real quick. So R for rectangle, and that's actually 3/4 inch, so that's the perfect width that I need. P for push pull. Let's go all the way to the top and subtract 0.125. Let's subtract 1/8 of an inch. Now T for tape measure, off the bottom 0.75 inches. I need to R for rectangle, make a point, let's see, 0.25 comma 0.25 dado in here to accept the bottom panel of the drawers. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. M for move, control brings up copy, and I will copy another one over to here, right click and flip it along the red axis. But I do want to remove, let's see, I want to space this out by say 1/16 of an inch. So let's move this 0.0625. That is 1/16 of an inch, and that's where I need it to be. Now to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to select everything else, and I'm going to hide it. So now I'm working on my drawer. I still need this bottom cutout in the front, so let's just M for move, control brings up copy. Let's copy another one right there. Q brings up rotate, and on the blue I will rotate like so. I'm about to edit this piece, so I need to right click and say you are unique, and let's go into the piece. P for push pull into the part right there. M for move, let's move this one in, and I need to make another back piece, but it's only going to start, or it's going to stop right there. So let's just copy this dimension right here, or this shape I should say, and P for push pull, let's push this down to right there. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now I've got a nice little groove for this bottom tray to, or bottom panel to slide in, so R for rectangle. Let's go ahead and draw that bottom panel. P for push pull. I can't go all the way into my rabbit there the way that this is visually showing, so let's just say let's extrude it this direction, or pull it this direction, 0.25 inches. Extrude, that's a SolidWorks command, sorry. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. Now I can push it where it needs to be. Alright, so now it's inside that little groove and it's flush here on the back. This is my drawer. I'm back at the front. R for rectangle, and let's offset. It is not letting me offset. I just drew a rectangle. Alright, forget the offset command. Let's pull this out, 0.75 inches, and overhang 0.5, 0.5, and go to the bottom, 0.5, whoops, 0.5, enter, 0.5, enter. Alright, now I need to make my chamfer all the way around. So, T for tape measure, this direction 0.5 inches, 0.5 inches, L for line, from here to here, delete my little guidelines. And anytime you have a follow me command that is along an entire face of an object, all you have to do is select the face. It automatically assumes that it wants it around the entire perimeter. So there's my path, follow me, that right there. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter, and this is my entire drawer, so I want to make every bit of this a group. Select anywhere on the drawer and it selects the entire piece. Edit, unhide all of my project here, and this let's go ahead and hide this back. Make it a little bit easier to move this. So M for move, control brings up copy, and I'm going to grab it from this corner and I'm going to drop it right there. There's my two drawers. Let's edit, unhide my back, and R for rectangle brings up the top piece here. Offset, and that's offset with an overhang of 0.5 inches. L for line, I don't want an overhang in the back, so let's just connect my dots here, make a crossing and delete that. delete that, and delete my original rectangle that I offset. P for push pull, this direction 0.75 inches. Let's go to the back of the piece again. T for tape measure, let's go 0.5 inches. Whoops. T for tape measure. 0.5 inches. There we go. 0.5 inches. Alpha line. Let's draw my chamfer. Delete, delete, and get it where I can select all my paths. So that side, that front, and that side. Follow me right there. Spacebar, triple click, G for component, enter. So this is the table. Let's go ahead and get rid of engineering style. Get rid of that gray background and also get rid of the axis. And Control A to select it all. Let's give it my favorite little wood color here. So there we go. This is the sofa table. Honestly, I already built it, so just gotta edit the video and it'll be out in a couple days. But yeah, a little stylish with the little legs and the shelf down below. Inexpensive because it's all pine. And yeah, that's it.